Hello everyone, the 316 here with another Marvel Legends Amazon exclusive figure review. Here I have Marvel's Lizard. I think this retailed for $34.99. I did not initially pre-order this, but I got lucky at some point and it was available for some time shortly before release for a pre-order, and I was able to get in on that, and I'm glad I did. Obviously I haven't opened the figure yet, but I am excited for this. Lizard's just a really cool looking figure, cool looking character, and I wanted to have the comic book version. Nothing wrong with the movie version, but I mean, just look at the dude's face. Doom, doom, doom. There's a lot of dooms on here. Doom, doom, doom. But there's a little read up if you want to read that. But like I said, can't wait to open this. Let's do it. Now, usually in the video, this is where I would show you the figure and his accessories, but something I want to point out is that the tail is a separate piece from the figure, and he does not stand well without the tail attached. So attach the tail, like so, sticking in his butt. It's on a ball joint. It doesn't feel like it's in there, but it is. It's nice and taut. Then you know you did it right. And since we're at the tail, you might as well look at the articulation here. It has a side to side on the lowest or highest portion, and then it has an up and down in the midsection, and of course this is on a ball joint. And again, this figure I could not stand without the tail, so just, put the tail in there. And I'm actually gonna have to lower this too so you can see him all together, but there you go. Something I didn't know about this figure was that this is mostly a re-release of the Build-A-Figure of this, and the only reason I know that is because his arm popped out as well as his leg popped off pretty easy. But again, if that happens to you, just pop it back in. Now, personally speaking, I would have liked non-pinned joints in my Marvel Legends. I mean, this one is hiding it, but, I still would rather not have the pinned joints in there. Still glad to have another Lizard, even if it's a re-release of a mold. And the camera doesn't want to focus now. I guess it's too afraid of pictures of lizards, if you know that meme reference. There we go. He looks majestic, doesn't he? But Dr. Connors here. He comes with an alternate head sculpt, which is the one I'm going to be using on the figure. It's posed, you can't move it at all, and definitely looks weird from the back. But we'll take a look at this head sculpt, this alternate one. And it's more of a dinosaur, which is fine, but I much prefer the one with the pupils. I like my lizard to have some pupils. Some pupils. But what I really like about this head sculpt is just how much his jaw can gape. Look at that. That's crazy. I don't think the tongue comes out. Oh, it does. Okay. I like this head sculpt a lot more. That's... Alright, do I have anything he can eat on my table here? I have a figure here. LA Knight's head. There you go. That's funny. But yeah, I didn't know the tongue can move individually. That's cool. And obviously, because of the way this is attached at that ball joint there, you would probably have to get like a piece of pink tape or something just to cover that up because you see the green through it. But if you have enough shadow on it, it's not a big deal. Really cool head sculpt, but this is the one I want to use, and I think many other people are going to use. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That looks good. Although I will say the green looks to be a slightly brighter color on this figure. Man, look at that. Look at that nose. Look at it, dude. It's really hard to see his eyes there, so let me use my... Whoa, that's bright. This is my UV flashlight. And yeah, look at those eyes. Look at how they just barely stick out. You know what? I have a better light for this. I have a... There we go. Now you can better see those eyes, man. Just the slight goldish yellow hue of them. Oh, and look at those teeth, man. He gonna bite you. But yeah, this is mostly based on the McFarlane take on Lizard, at least head sculpt wise. And it's kind of hard to see. Again, let's get that light out. You can see his torso here. It's kind of a slashed up t-shirt. And you can take off the coat, but of course he has the coat on his arms, so that's going to be a bit of a problem because the coat here will not be on the figure and it'll look weird. But what I really like is all of that dirt down there that kind of accumulated on the coat. I do wish it was throughout instead of just on the bottom, but it looks good. Something I don't like about the figure, though, is the legs. Now, I get that it's supposed to be kind of hinged back like that, but it makes the figure hard to stand without the tail. I wish his legs could fully extend straight, even if it's not technically accurate. I would just rather have the option to do that, because this is as far back as the legs go, and that just looks a bit weird. He stands easier, but again, it just looks a bit weird because he's standing on his tippy toes rather than the whole of his foot. And then if I wanted to stand him on the whole of his foot, his legs are so far forward it looks like he's sitting down. So not something I like about the figure. At least he comes with the tail and he can use it to his advantage. He doesn't come with any alternate hands. I wish he did, but I do like that there's a bit of a dark green wash on the figure. It's throughout most of the joints, and it just brings to life the scaled and gross, body morphing features. I just really like it, and I just think the figure looks really good. Again, it's a basic re-release pretty much with the new head. There might be some other new parts here, but I know that this is new, and I like the tattered pants as well. It's giving me Hulk vibes, though. But yeah, looks pretty good. Did you guys pick this figure up? Let me know in the comments. But let's go ahead and do some articulation. So with this head on, he doesn't really have much up and down. He has a little bit of tilt. And then, of course, he could do a full 360 if he wanted to. This neck here goes down a bit, goes up a bit, goes up a whole lot, but not down a lot. Kind of wish there was a little bit more in there, but obviously the way it was packaged in the box, you got plenty of left and right movement, so that's nice to see. The arms here, obviously you saw that they pop out, but the coat gets in the way of a full 360, but this way is easier. And then you can pull the arm out all the way. And technically, since these are two different molds, I'll go ahead and show you what they can do. This one gets caught going this way. It's just because of how the bicep is built there. This one's pretty free. A little tight there. Double jointed elbows on both. Here's what they can do. This one's a little bit better than the one down here. Just the way that the plastic butts up against itself. And obviously the hands have plenty of movement, so much so that they pop right out. And this looks like the standard Marvel Legends peg hole. So if I'm correct, you can put pretty much any hand in there that'll fit. The bionic lizard. That's fun though. You can swap those out pretty easy. And the neck peg, actually, the neck peg doesn't swap out like that. This one's more of a peg rather than a ball joint, so unless you know any other figures that use that, you're not really going to get much use out of it. Taking the coat out of the way, he gets great splits, but watch out because you might pop the leg out. And I just now noticed that the pant upper is a bit darker than the pant lower. Not a fan of that. Obviously, you saw how far forward these can go, and he's already looking pretty menacing there. But really don't like these knees because they barely do anything. And I just popped the leg off, and a lot of stuff went flying. But like maybe one hinge in both parts. Not a fan of that. Anyway, since I have him de-legged here, that's as far back as the foot will go, and as far forward. And then he does have toe articulation. Ugh, look at those toes, dude. Ugh. I'm not a feet guy, whatever you say. Feet are gross to me. I don't even like my own feet. Ugh. Yuck. Looks good on the figure, though. Let me get him into a standing pose. I already showed you what the tail can do. Let's get him into like a... Trying to get him as straight up as possible, but again, it's difficult because he doesn't want to. Alright, I think this is as tall as he's gonna get. So, size comparison time. We're not going to do too much here with the size comparisons. I recently got some new shelves. Been working on that while I was sick and while I was opening Pokemon cards. So he stands at like 6.5 inches tall, maybe a little bit taller if you could get him fully standing straight up. But really, the only size comparisons I want to see are the Marvel Legends figures. So I got Psylocke here. I chose her because she was on my desk. Also, she's purple. But she's like a different purple to his purple. His purple's more like red purple. Her purple's more blue purple. And then, of course, the figure that really matters here, Maximum Spider-Man. And yeah, these two really bounce well off of each other. Let's get some better light in here. Boom. There you go. Really like how that looks. Look at that green and the purple next to each other. But these are both like the McFarlane expired versions of these characters. And if you obviously look at the back here, you can see that it's almost a perfect representation of both of those in figure form. But what do you guys think of this lizard? I think he's pretty good. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of this lizard. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe, and hit the bell. It all helps out the channel. And as always, peace.